Dear Lance and Christy, join us as we build our dream. Welcome to Knight's Helm Farms.
So today we're taking a look at making our next two paddocks. You've all seen the first paddock, which we usually put the dogs in. We just recently did the small chicken coop in that paddock, and it was a good start. So our first few alpaca might be in there, but we want to be able to have some expansion. So right here with the shipping container, on the back side of it, we have our second barn, and we have some area there, which I just measured out. It's 3,150 square feet. Yeah, I know, I did that part already. But we want to go past that. So we have all this area right back here behind us. We want to go maybe about 10-15 feet away from that power pole right there and split this area, including that 3,150 square feet, between these two sections. And then if you can see it, we have our 5-acre gate way down there. We're going to go to that point.
It is behind that tree right there.
Yeah. So we're going to use this handy dandy thing right here. Right there. And we're going to measure everything off and try and split the overall surface area in half. Okay, after doing some measuring, some math, some geometry, with the two paddocks, we actually have them pretty close to even. Like I said, we're going to take it out about 20 feet away from the power pole, and we're going to go down a ways, like another 82 feet past that. That's going to be the first paddock. That turned out being 16,740 square feet. Then the back half over there only turned out being 500 square feet more than that. So we got pretty close to being even. The other interesting thing about that though too is even though the other one's 500 square feet larger, we are eventually going to put another shipping container back there for storage, for grain, that kind of stuff. That'll pretty much take away close to the 500 square feet. So these two paddocks will be almost equal. They won't be the same shape, of course, but surface area will be the same. So that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to get started on putting, digging post holes and putting posts in these corner areas. So we'll get started on that. All done. Yay!
Okay, so he's off to get the tools to dig the holes, and what we have decided on is putting an H-frame here. Then there'll be a people gate in, another H-frame. So he'll do that last, since all of the supplies to do this is right here. So by then that, that pile will have diminished. It will angle over to here. Where we came 20 feet off of the power pole out this way. And that's just the stop of the angle. So that's going to be the first hole. And then you're hopeful, huh?
Yeah.
And then 82 feet that direction is a T, where the end of this second paddock and the beginning of the third one. Yep, it's really dry and hard. So I'm gonna put you on super speed. You can watch the whole digging process. And just like that, we have a post out in the middle of nowhere. And over there is where he's moving so that he can put in the T, which will be the back of this second paddock. And I have a bra full of sawdust from cutting tree limbs, And Lance says, a brothel? A brothel? A brothel of sawdust.
It's a really old brothel.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna move the camera down there for you. So there's interesting things in the bottom of the hole. There's an ant pile right there, or an ant hill, what you should call it. Right there. And all those ants are coming over here, and we're like, what are they doing? Then we look down in the hole, and there's like some kind of caterpillars. And I don't know why. Why are there caterpillars in the bottom of the hole? But the ants are getting the caterpillars and carrying them out. See, here's a caterpillar right here. And the ants will find that caterpillar. I think these guys actually fell in there. That's what happened. But anyway, Arthur's been a lot of help. And this hole is, as you can see, mainly rock in the bottom. So I think he said it's 23 inches instead of 24, but we're just going to leave it at that. And we have the string strung up to that guy. And he's bringing another pole or post now to put in this hole. And I've been what's the word I'm looking for? Trimming trees. Pruning trees. So I have a bunch of branches up front. And we got a chipper shredder. A chipper shredder. I said cheddar a little while ago, and Lance got all excited because it makes cheese. And so I've been kind of petitioning for, okay, you got 2 posts in the ground now, come build the shredder so I can shred some branches. And then you can go back to digging holes.
Yep.
You can take a break. It looks pretty weird though from the house to look out here.
Yeah.
Well, it looks straight to me.
Mostly. I mean, it's kind of curved, so
It looks good.
looks like it needs to go that way, but maybe not.
It looks fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Do's it. Mr. Aragorn! Is there a book?
Somewhere in there.
I think I found it. So it is built, but it needs oil and gasoline. So we're going to take it out to the shop because that's where the oil and the gasoline are. Alright, so we have it running. We went last night and got, oh, got a bee in my hair. Went last night and got oil for it because we had oil but not the right kind, and put some gasoline in it, got it started, and this is just an old pile of, I don't know, tree branches and whatnot that we've had laying here, and we've actually run over it with this pile here. We've actually run over it with the tractor, you know, the shredder. So it's kind of chewed up already. But I'm gonna go get the branches and such that I cut yesterday and try them in there. The thing I'm finding is I think it would be best to do like gather all the branches and then prep them all and then stuff them all, because it's kind of a pain when you get to like a Y in the branch and then you have to cut one and all that.
So when we started this, you could see it's all the chips are coming out this way and out this way. Right here's, not really a pile, but a lot of it. Like, what the heck is going on? So I went back and I read the instruction manual and said, see if there's a blockage right there. It's like, well, we haven't had anything big enough to really create a blockage yet. But turns out there was a piece of styrofoam in here.
Big piece of styrofoam.
They don't tell you that in the instruction manual, and we didn't see it
and when
here
you install
when we were assembling it. So it was basically
like right in here.
Yeah, where you really couldn't see it.
And what would that be for? Like what?
Yeah, I mean, doesn't
what
do
reason
anything.
would that be?
Doesn't do anything for that piece of plastic. It wouldn't stop it from being damaged or anything.
Right.
So ridiculous. That's what happens sometimes.
But the assembly on this was a 0. I give it a 0. It was horrible.
Yes.
Their instructions were terrible, and just
IKEA
the way it
type
went.
instructions, and then
Oh,
they
but
tell
IKEA you can actually figure out.
Well, yeah. And then everything kind of blocks you from doing everything else. And the other problem with it is, for some reason, the handle's over here, but the wheels are right here. So you actually have to lift it up.
So it's not like a hand truck where you go like this and then wheel.
Well, not just a hand truck,
You
but
have to-
virtually everything else
Everything
in
else, and then
existence.
you have to pick it up and
Push it or pull it, yeah.
Yeah.
And so you can't pull it behind you, because then you'd be doing a massive triceps. You basically have to push it, and at the angle it's at, if you're outdoors and you have to run over anything, it makes it a real big problem. Well, not really a real big problem. You just have to lift the whole damn thing up to get it up and over. So, ridiculous. I'd like to see if they have something where you can just switch it, put the wheels where that is, and put that thing on the front.
Yeah.
I mean,
That would make more sense.
yeah. Why is the handle attached to the sturdy plastic as opposed to being a metal handle? And then just going around like this with it. Getting it started. Or you lift it up like this.
So I think I'm actually gonna put the camera on you for a little bit, because I'm just gonna drive around to get sticks and cut sticks. That's not exciting. You're digging holes. That's not exciting.
I just drank a bunch of water. None of it is actually exciting today.
No.
But then again, it's homesteading. For a lot of people, nothing that we do here is overly exciting until we get to how cute the animals are and everything.
Right.
All right, I'm going over there with my water to dig holes.
Okay.
That's where I'm headed to right now. See how many more post holes I can get before I'm either wiped out or
Dark.
done. Yeah. Oh, I can't do it right. Wait. Oh, never mind, can't do it.
What are you trying to do?
Oh, they made great sound together, but
Oh.
I couldn't get it timed right.
Silly. Carrying 2 posts. corner. And we're about to have 3 there on that corner. Boom. Just like that. And he's going to wait to do the 3rd one, which is in front of this guy, until later, because we have to string the string from here all the way up to the 2-acre fence. Right now I have the string from there to there, and then all the way over to the shipping container, because we're going to have to put 2 more on that guy, 2 more there on that guy, and then there's going to be a gate in here somewhere, so there's going to have to be 2 more H-frames, well, 1 more H-frame, I guess, and then there's a gate over there, and we have to do some H's, you know, by the shipping container, and then for the gate, that people gate. But looks good. Looks real good. And all the cats have come out. There's Mr. MacArthurson. Mr. MacArthurson! What are you talking about?
Wanna head over there and check it out?
Sure.
I think this one's out too far.
Which one?
The newest one?
The newest one?
On the back.
Out too far. How did you get it out too far? Well, it's just leaning. The bottom's good, but the top is out that way far. It doesn't look like it's straight. Hi.
Okay.
There you go. You didn't want to be up there? You silly. Yeah, the bottom looks fine. It's just the top is too far toward the back of the property. It's like that. You can push it?
Hold on.
Okay. Please hold while your party is reaching. There you go. That's better. Looks good to me. Alright, so he's going to try to get just these last 2 posts in the ground tonight. The one that he's working on there, and then the other one that'll go over here somewhere. He already has it marked. We were just discussing the whole shovel, because the handle with the measurements on it, the one that's on the right hand side, it's about ready to break off right at the top of the shovel. And I just researched replacement handles, and they're $20 a piece, but you can buy a whole new thing right now for
40.
$38.
Yeah.
So it's like, why not buy just a whole new one?
Yep.
And we'll look for replacement handles somewhere else. That's insane.
Well, they made it out of plexiglass.
No, it's fiberglass.
Or fiberglass, I mean.
Plexiglass.
Yeah. I can't think right now. I can't barely see.
It's weird though that only one of them is like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think this is the last hole. We were actually going to try to get
Do the other one.
two tonight, but might be
Two
the last one.
That would have made for what? 2, 4. I only got 4 done?
Yeah,
5?
because you helped me with that thing so much. And then the kitchen faucet situation,
Yeah, that's horrible.
because that's really a situation,
Yeah, it is.
which we'll fill you in on at a later date. Once we know the answer, we can make the video. But we don't know what the hell's happening right now.
Really thinking I should go to engineering school just to have the degrees so I can go to all these companies and tell them how stupid their designs are.
Yeah. There you
I don't know
go.
if everybody has that problem, but
They're just not logical.
uh-uh.
Nothing's logical.
The shredder works well.
It does.
Just
But putting it together was a nightmare.
putting it together was a pain in the butt.
And the kitchen faucet,
Where the screws went on that thing just did not make sense. You really had to force it to get it on there. And then
the kitchen
Where the
faucet
wheel-
has this weird extra thing, so you can't use a faucet wrench on it.
yeah. So instead of just being a regular old hex nut, it's got these 2 things that come out up and above that where you put screws in so that it won't get loose. But the problem is then there's no tool out there that can grab on to the hex part because there's literally between the wall and the sink there's only this much space. So I've tried every single wrench I had. We've bought like what, 5 items now that hopefully will work, and none of them have
3.
helped.
3, because we already had the faucet, the basin wrench is what it's called. We already had that
Yeah.
because we changed the kitchen faucet in our last house.
Yeah, none of the basin wrenches
And
are
it
big
takes
enough
like-
for this thing.
It takes like 20 minutes tops
Yeah,
to do it.
yeah,
But this one's a conundrum.
yeah. So, I'd taken out the screws on that thing to try and get to it. That didn't work. What's been most successful so far is putting the screws back in and using them for leverage. But you get to a point where none of my wrenches can go any further on either side to move it at that point. And I can't do it with my fingers. Still too tight.
Yeah.
So, like
We'll
I
have to
said,
do some more research.
hacksaw. Just cut
Hacksaw.
it off from the top,
A hacksaw.
and then it should loosen up on the bottom. Yeah.
Okay, we have made quite a difference, a lot of progress. So where he is working there, from that post, it'll angle back this way toward the shipping container. Back this way to this front edge right here of the shipping container. And there'll be a person gate here and all this fencing to where he is. And then between the post that he's tamping right now and the corner down there will be a 10-foot gate. So kind of right in there between those 2 bunches of posts will be a 10-foot gate to drive in. And then we have the other corner marked over here with 2 of the posts, 2 out of the 3 posts. So we're going to need H-frames for the 2 gates, and then back in behind here, all the way up behind there to the 2-acre fence. There's one there. There's one there. There's one there. There's another one right there. There's one behind me. Let's see. There's one here. I don't know where Gypsy went. She's out here too somewhere. They're all just kind of lounging around. It feels fantastic out here right now. It's not hot. It's not humid. All day long has been perfect. We got our wood chipped and our posts in the ground. So it's about time to go do chores, feed the cats, take care of the chickens, and then go inside, get cleaned up, and have something for dinner. I think he said that was his last one, and now he's digging another hole. Go figure.